wrote that research paper in college, I think I was at Liberty actually. Everything, it said, how's the world changed from when you grew up versus now? And everything that I have found points back to one specific date. Well, September 11, 2001 is when we started having distrust in everybody.
I can go with that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome back to the basement, where it's top level content from the lower level. So today we're going to do something a little different. We used to read straight from a script on some of these episodes. We're not doing that no more. We're going to hit some bullet points and we're just going to go from there. So let me give Drew his little copy here so he can keep up with it. I messed up, didn't do it. So we're going to talk about Etan Patz, a 6-year-old kid. It was the first kid actually on a milk carton when he disappeared. What's crazy is we was talking about how times have changed. This is a 6-year-old kid. Mm-hmm. So we was talking off camera. We got kids around that. Well, I got a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
They just sent their kids to school. Just walking. Just sent them out the road and said, hey, go to school, man. I'll see you later. And I can't actually remember that in Texas. We did walk to school.
Yeah.
But we was on a military base and, you know.
Right.
It's a little different.
I have walked home from school, but where I grew up, there was a path through the woods to the back of the school.
to the back of your house.
Yeah. So, you know, I've done that. But to walk to school, like down the street, no, I never did that.
No. I think we did it no, it was me and our buddy Nate. We did it one time because we was football practice let out early. And we walked from his house to his grandma's house, which is what? 2.5 miles. It felt like the longest walk of my life.
Now, when I was in high school, we did walk from the high school to my house a few times,
which seemed like the longest walk in the world, didn't it?
Yeah.
And it wasn't even. That was even less.
Yeah.
That was even what, 1.75 mile, a mile and 3/4, maybe.
Yeah.
And we was dead by the time we got back.
But if you'd asked our parents, it was uphill both ways.
And snowing.
Yeah.
And snowing.
Even in June.
So this story circulates around May 25th, 1979 in Soho, New York City. I guess Soho is what, a borough?
I guess. I thought it was like a real fancy neighborhood. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
But anyways, like we said earlier, his mom walked him to school. I mean, he walked himself to school and he begged for independence. Like most kids, 6 years old, begging for independence. That's a little bit too much independence in my.
Yeah, man, 6 is just, I mean, not hating on the mom, but 6 is just a little bit. I don't know, man.
I don't know about
I would have never done it.
No, absolutely not. But it was 1979.
That's true, but he never made it to school, so.
Yeah, he never made it to school. The craziest thing about all this is there's no evidence. Nothing.
Well, it says here that witnesses saw Etan look like he was walking down the street carrying $1 bill for a soda pop.
Yeah. Boy, I missed that. $1 bill for a soda pop, and I was going to spend, what, $4.50 for this monster?
Unless they want to sponsor.
Yeah, unless Monster wants to sponsor, I'll be drinking a lot of it. And we got a fancy Monster cup now. But anyways, there was little evidence, no body, no crime scene, no answers. Really nothing going on. And like I said earlier, Etan became the first missing child actually on a milk carton.
Yeah, and that's what you hear. Like, I've told my kids, man, you want to end up on a milk carton? I don't even make milk cartons anymore. I ain't seen one of those in years.
Right?
I mean, they might make them somewhere, but I don't see them here.
So, you know, for decades, investigators, they actually tried to find details, tried to find leads, and there was just no leads. There was no suspects, nothing solid that they could actually find.
So one of the earliest suspects, though, they found a guy in the neighborhood that was a convicted child predator. His name was Jose Ramos.
Yeah. And, you know, Ramos was actually a family friend through a woman he was dating, which made him incredibly suspicious.
It always seems like it's somebody close to him.
It's somebody close. Every case we done, what was that one case? The Lindbergh case we done? Mm-hmm. It was somebody close to him that knew him. All the cases, it's somebody close that knew him.
What was that farm in Germany?
Yeah, that one person lived in the house.
Yeah.
What was that?
Hinterkaifeck.
Yeah, Hinterkaifeck. We finally got that pronunciation right. It took us probably, 2 weeks now?
Yeah.
2 weeks to get it. So basically this case set cold for decades. Then in 2012, everything changed. They finally got a confession from a guy named Pedro Hernandez.
So he was the guy that worked at the convenience store near the bus stop.
Yep.
So he had $1 for a soda.
Mm-hmm.
He went in there. Mom wasn't there. And I guess this guy nabbed him up.
Yeah, well, Hernandez confessed that he lured Etan into the basement of the store with the promise of soda, like he said, and then he claimed he strangled the child in the basement.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's insane. That confession shocked everybody, obviously, because everybody was thinking it was that Jose Ramos guy.
Yeah, but there was no physical evidence either.
Yeah, no physical evidence. They said there was no body, nothing like that. However, he did say that he, where was it? He said he put the body in a box, and it was just a couple blocks down.
Well, Hernandez did have severe mental health issues. Mm-hmm. And actually, his defense team said that his confession wasn't credible because of his mental health.
Yeah, they said he was coerced, and he gave multiple different descriptions of the incident.
We've talked about this before. That happens.
Yeah, it does.
They target somebody that can't think for themselves as good as others and stuff, Mm-hmm. And then they're like, hey, you should tell them that you did this,
Right.
That does happen.
Well, let me ask you a question real quick. Is it legal for the police to lie to the suspect during an investigation?
Is it legal? I wouldn't think so.
It's legal.
It's legal?
It's legal.
I just thought it was not legal, and they just kind of batted an eye.
Nope, it's legal. That's how some of them. I found that out the other day while I was in Richmond.
So you mean like when you say lie?
Not because I was in trouble. Let me clear that up real quick. I wasn't in trouble.
So like the cop can just straight up lie about the investigation?
They can tell lies to kind of say, well, your buddy said.
Oh,
this
kind
what
of
we
stuff.
found.
Yeah, make them think somebody wrote on them.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
So then they start telling on them, or
exactly. So the first trial was in 2015 and it ended with a hung jury.
Hey, you know what? Hang on,
Go ahead.
I was watching Gangland the other day.
I like Gangland.
Yeah, me too, man. And
where do you watch that at now?
It's on Tubi.
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 I would not have guessed that.
Yeah, dude, I love Tubi. Everything on there is free.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is sign in, so it'll keep like your spot when you quit watching something.
Mm-hmm.
It's all free. I love it. Anyways,
Tubi, you want to sponsor us? That was a plug.
Anyways, so what was I talking about?
Gangland.
Gangland.
Yeah.
Gangland. Yeah.
Chain gang, boss.
So they, I guess, lied like you were talking about, because he was like, "Hey, such and so said that you did this," and then what he ended up doing was like, "Oh, that son of you know what," and he started telling on him.
Exactly, that's how it happens.
So that's what you mean.
Yeah,
okay,
that's exactly what happens. But in 2015, the first trial ended in a hung jury. Which tells you people are already divided about how that actually happened. Then we had a retrial in 2017.
I didn't even realize that this thing was this recent for the trial.
Yeah. It's crazy that this happened in 1979, but it's just now happening today. Like we said, there was no body, no evidence, nothing forensic that they could actually find.
The milk carton kid. I'm going to be completely transparent right now. I had no idea that. I just thought that one day they was like, hey, you know what would help us find this kid if we put his picture on the milk carton? I didn't even realize it was this whole thing.
Yeah, that's this whole court case here.
No, I didn't even realize that. I just thought it was like we have the Amber Alert now.
Yeah, right.
Because everybody got milk from the milkman, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So this time in 2017, Pedro Hernandez was convicted of murder and kidnapping, and he was sentenced, get this, 25 years to life. That's one thing that aggravates me is I get it. They got 25 years till they can get parole and all that, but why even give him a chance if they did this to a kid and he held this story that long?
Sometimes I wonder if they don't say 25 to life to just torture them with the chance of parole that they'll never grant them.
Yeah, right.
Because I mean, what's the percentages of people actually getting paroled that commit a crime like this? I mean, I'm sure there has been. But I mean, the percentage has got to be low.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is low, but it does happen.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it happens, but I would think the percentage is super low.
Yeah. So some people believe that Hernandez absolutely did it. Judging by the evidence and everything in the court cases I think he did do it. But some people believe that they rely too heavily on a confession from a mentally unstable man.
Well,
And that's true.
It doesn't really say how unstable he is. Like, what's his condition?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm not saying, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm going to be honest with you. Because if he is that mentally unstable, we may have the wrong man in jail.
Right.
You know what I mean? But also, is he just trying to use that to maybe get not as harsh, like not as... He's still got the time, but I'm saying, like, maybe if he's mentally, if he claims that he's that mentally handicapped, then maybe he's in a state hospital instead of a prison.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, man. There's not many state hospitals anymore. State hospitals are prisons now. That's the thing about it.
They got like the psych ward or the
psych wards, and there's just not enough. There's not enough state hospital beds, and that's a sad reality of the situation now.
Yeah,
is people that really need the help just aren't getting it.
Yeah, and because they stick them in prison, man, and they're not getting the.
No, they're not getting the help they need in there.
No,
there's specialized housing units for them, but it's still prison.
Yeah. Well, I mean, prison. Also, if he did murder a kid and stuff him in a box, then hell with him,
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with that. So the tragedy here is Etan himself, a 6-year-old kid who vanished walking to school. I mean, that's terrible for the family. Look how long they spent searching for answers.
Yeah, there's got to be some family members that have passed away without ever getting answers.
Never getting closure.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine 1979 with a 6-year-old kid. No, they'd still be alive.
Yeah.
The parents could possibly still be alive.
Yeah, they would be in their 70s.
Yeah, but they never got answers until now.
That's crazy.
8 years ago?
Yeah, I didn't ever know that it was that recent for the first milk carton kid.
Mm-hmm. But with that being said, we hope you enjoyed this episode. We went a little bit, it was a little scripted, but it's off script, and I like it a whole lot better. We got a lot of feedback. And I appreciate the feedback and the criticism. Anything that you can give and add to the channel, please do. With that being said, if you want to see another episode, another case, just let us know. And we appreciate you guys.
Take it easy.
Take it easy. Top level content from the lower level.